Howdy gamers, welcome back to my eternal suffering. So it's been a hot minute since the last Colonizer update. Please just hear me out, please. I promise there's a good reason, just hear me out. I know what you're thinking, right?
Why has this shitty 8-minute video taken over 4 months? I'm unsubbing.
Wait, hold on, just one second, okay? Let me explain myself, okay? So last time I hopped onto the internet, I said that my main goal for this video would be to finish the terrain generation system and rework it so that it worked and wasn't just boring, because that's boring. Between this video and the next one, I'll probably make some large changes to the terrain generator so that the terrain actually fits the planet and isn't always the same color with the same trees and stuff. I might also even change the generation itself to match the planet better, so like planets with large craters will generate with large craters instead of trees. So, how do we do that, right? How can you make something so boring interesting? Well, an easy way to start would probably be by adding some height variation in the terrain, so you can have things like caves and cliffs. So all we gotta do is add some tiles that make it look like the terrain is rising and falling. Doesn't sound too difficult, right? Wrong.
We got a #1 victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite, we bout to get down.
So the first step was I needed to figure out a way to create multiple elevations in a 2D environment using tile maps. I tried about a million different ways to do this, but trying to fake 3D space in a 2D environment is it's a little bit challenging. Hence why this video has taken like half my lifespan to come out. So we started off with the terrain as seen in the last videos. Just a bland, flat, boring plane of differently colored squares to represent tiles. So what's the big issue, huh? Well, the terrain was too flat. I can't really make interesting and unique planets if every single one is just a flat sheet of land with no huge mountains or deep craters or anything else. How am I supposed to have cool futuristic dystopian cities that exploit the lower classes into borderline slavery if I can't even make an overpass for the highway? My first attempt to improve this involved using the default tile map nodes and adding some logic to override the auto tiles whenever the height got too high. And I mean, it worked. Kinda. All of the lights. The main problem was that the terrain was now having to update the entire map every single time a tile was updated or changed, which, who would have thought isn't very efficient. And it still didn't fix the whole issue of making things like bridges you can walk under and over. So I threw everything away and started over. Soda! So instead of making everything completely flat and probably overcomplicating the entire system, let's just use a layering method, where we start the scene with a bunch of blank tile maps all stacked on top of each other, and determine how many layers thick the tiles at each coordinate are, which is based off of the altitude variable used in the biome generator. It's kind of like one of those topographical maps that show like altitude or sea level. See, the problem with this design is that if I wanted to add any form of water physics or interaction with water later down the road, it will be a huge pain in the ass to fit in the code. Well, if it's so important for us to have the effect of a 3D space, why not just use 3D instead of 2D? So I spent more hours than I'd like to admit converting everything in the project to work in a 3D space, yoinked a Minecraft terrain generation script off of YouTube for testing, and yeah, no, this isn't gonna work at all. Although this very much could be a valid solution and work much better if I expanded upon it, to be honest, I just think it looks fucking goofy and extremely out of place with the overall pixel art style. So I've settled on going with the second version of the terrain system, the topographical map one. If you have any suggestions or ideas or whatever on how to further expand the system, please tell me in the comments. And while you're down there, hit that big red button. So that's it, right? Just make a few placeholder tile map assets and throw them in, and it's done. It's good to go, right? You see, there's this crazy thing called water, right? And in order for it to work correctly, it needs to be able to flow and, you know, move around. But because I have no idea where to begin on that, and I'm already very behind on when I wanted to get this video out, for now I'm just gonna add a solution to make the water less. Just, this is what it looks like.
What the hell? Oh my god, no way, yeah.
So how do we fix this? Alright, that part's easy. We can just take the super generic placeholder texture into Sprite, make a copy of it that has a little water ring around it so it blends into the other layer. So now that that's out of the way, yeah, that works and all, but that's some pussy bitch easy shit that would make your script too easy to understand. Nah. What we want to do is make another child layer for every layer in the map, go into Sprite, delete that shitty caveman painting, and redraw it anyways, but just without the terrain part. Mwah, beautiful. What? Why? That just sounds like you're overcomplicating things for no reason. Shut the fuck up. I'm saving so much time right now. How does this save any time?
I'm not done yet, alright? Listen, instead of making a billion different tiles that each have their own texture, we can make universal textures that can overlay on top of base tiles so that we can dynamically create new tiles at ease using these preset textures. You want rocks? Boom, there, done. You want those rocks to be in water? Boom, done. You want that ocean rock to have grass on it? Boom, done.
Yeah, I guess that does sound pretty nice. It should be pretty easy to implement, I guess.
3 weeks later.
And that's pretty much where we're at. There's still a whole lot more issues with the water because it doesn't have any physics or anything currently. As of writing the script for this video, I'm working on that. The next thing I'll be doing is adding the recoloring for the terrains so that all the planets can have their own unique color palettes and rocks can be like, I don't know, pink or something. I don't know. After that, it's basically going to be the final touches for the basic terrain generation. And if all goes well, this should mean that making future changes and adding other planet generation variants would be pretty easy and not a 6+ month long process. It's also just because I'm really stupid. But yeah, besides that, we're pretty much done having problems. We're doing real good. So, somewhat recently, I discovered a game on Steam. A good game, a very good game, similar to Colonizer in many ways. A game so similar, actually, that I somehow managed to accidentally completely copy one of their little creature things down to the very name and function. Wait a minute. Ain't no way. How the fuck did I manage to copy a game? Man. My only original idea in this game, and I somehow managed to accidentally copy it. Ain't no, hold, I'm gonna fucking research this little thing. Hold on. Are you? No way this is it. No way that's... The solar system viewer thing is also extremely similar. Like, come on, man. I also kind of went down a rabbit hole and put, like, well over 100 hours onto the game instead of actually working on Colonizer or this video, but anyways, that's not important. Basically, if I'm making a Minecraft clone in space, this was basically a Terraria clone in space. And I mean that in the best way possible. This game and its modding community are absolutely insane. And look, alright, I don't want to flat out copy a game that already exists. So I need to do a little scheming and planning to figure out how to distance Colonizer from Starbound, because it's very similar.
This is also a part as to why this video took like almost 7 months to come out. It did get to a point where I thought about scrapping the entire project and doing something else. But that's about it for this video.